USDA, AFCO, and the State Department of Agriculture. Newsletter subscribers are not only pet owners, but as well including practicing veterinarians, research professionals, independent pet stores, non-profit shelter and rescue organizations, and numerous pet food manufacturers. Many small to medium pet food manufacturers have initiated formula changes due to truthaboutpetfood.com and Susan Thixton's investigative inquiry today. So please help me welcome her. Thank you so much.
I didn't warm her cake today. I hope that's okay. I want to tell you all first, before I get started, that pet owners got me here. Pet owners felt so strongly that they wanted you all. You all have the power to change the safety of pet food. And they wanted you all to hear the other side of pet food. They got me. They got my plane ticket and they got my hotel. Okay, so this is for pet owners. They want you all to know this stuff. Most people naturally don't trust politicians and used car salesmen. Everything they say, we hear with a certain amount of skepticism. However, most people believe everything pet food tells them. Every claim on the label, every commercial, we believe it, even though we know very little about what's inside that bag of meat. We know fast food is not good for us. We know we're not supposed to eat that every single day. You probably heard of the experiment supersize. This young man ate McDonald's 3 meals a day for 30 days. He gained 24 to 4 pounds, half pounds, 13% body mass increase, cholesterol level went up to 230. He suffered from mood swings, sexual dysfunction, fat accumulation in his liver. Now the question I have is pet food, commercial pet food, the equivalent of fast food for our pets, and are they suffering the same health consequences? There was a longevity study done, and the scientists looked at the cellular lifespan of many different species of animals. From the cellular lifespan, they guesstimated, this is the one piece of handout that I could not find to bring for you. When I find it, I will send it to you. They guesstimated the expected lifespan of the animal based on cellular lifespan. And what they found with dogs and cats is that a 30-pound dog, based on cellular lifespan, should live to be 25 years old. And a 15-pound cat, based on cellular lifespan, should live to be 30. But this isn't what happened. Instead, nearly half of all dogs 10 years and older die from cancer. So why is this happening? Is it nutrition? Or a better phrase, lack of nutrition? This is veterinary pet insurance, the top claims for 2009. In red, can easily be linked to poor nutrition, poor ingredient pet food. Well, that's pretty shocking. So let's look at commercial pet food. The history of pet food, I don't know if you know how it started. It really was based on what people used to do for their dogs and cats. You all aren't old enough. My grandparents had beagles. My grandfather called them beagle hounds. And there was no such thing as dog food. The dogs either fended for themselves, they hunted, or they got leftovers from the family table. Well, Yankee ingenuity took over, and American take spread in the middle 1800s. Saw sailors coming in while in London, sailors coming in feeding dogs leftover biscuits. He went to the slaughterhouse and got leftover blood from the slaughter of animals, and then went and got wheat millings left over from the milling of flour, combined them together, and made dog biscuits. first dog food was in the shape of a biscuit. Milk bone actually was a food when it first came out. It was not as a treat. So today, these are the big players in pet food. Now, Lonnie, Procter & Gamble, Colgate-Palmolive, Nestle, and the world leader in pet food sale is Mars, just like candy bar people. So why is so many big industry, human food industries, why are they in pet food? It could be that the industry is so capital intensive. From research and markets, the average annual revenue per employee is over $700,000 in pet food. The industry is governed by two organizations, the FDA and its category, the Center for Veterinary Management, and AAFCO, American Association of Feed Control Officials. FDA, of course, is government. AAFCO is not. AAFCO is a private organization. The members of AAFCO are made up from the representatives of each state Department of Agriculture. AAFCO develops all animal feed, ingredient definitions, nutrient profiles, food manufacturing processes, labeling standards, everything. FDA flatly accepts what AAFCO recommends. So if you walk into a pet store, and there's literally hundreds of different types of dog foods and cat foods, they all pretty much look the same. Fancy pictures on the labels of perceived quality ingredients, same kind of health claims on them all. The big difference is the price. A 20-pound bag of dog food can go anywhere from $10 to $35, $45, $50. So how do you choose? If you walk in, let's say pretend this is your a dog food that you see, Happy House dog food. Choice beef sirloin flavored with added nutrients for optimal health and happiness. Does this look like a food that you would consider buying for your dog? Say yes. Okay. Now here's another one. All over it, you see this food. Big discount dog food. It's cheap. Made from diseased cows and chickens. It's got Chinese imports. Their tagline is save money, it's just a dog. Chances are you're not going to buy this. Well, here's the trick of pet food. These two foods contain the exact same ingredients. Pet food regulations allow for diseased cows and chickens to be labeled as Happy Hounds choice beef sirloin flavor. This is the actual regulation. The label of a pet food is allowed to make an unqualified claim, either directly or indirectly. Well, an unqualified claim, another word for that, is a flat-out lie. These are examples of possible real-life pet food examples of possible unqualified pet food claims. Proactive nutrition for a long and healthy life. Nutritionally complete for healthy body weight. Those can be direct unqualified claims. Now imagine if McDonald's made the claim for their Big Mac meal, proactive nutrition for a long and healthy life, or nutritionally complete for healthy body weight. The Federal Trade Commission would be on them, making them remove that statement before the French fries got cold. FTC, Federal Trade Commission, says advertising must be truthful and non-deceptive. Like pet food regulations allow a direct unqualified claim. Here's a visual unqualified claim. This is an actual pet food label. On one side, it's raw lean beef. Looks wonderful. Other side, we have to assume this is the finished product of pet food. On the label, it says beef flavored and choice cuts. But when you open up the can, this is what you get. Plus that little mystery item in the middle, we didn't even know what that was. It's not chunks of raw lean meat, it's more of a meatloaf texture. This particular pet food, by definition, by ingredient definition, actually actually has no meat in it. This is mostly just flour and gluten pressed into chunks. So it can tell the consumer this, but this is what's actually in there. Now what else? Anything? Anybody see anything else on this label that might be of concern? Flavored. Flavored is key. Just because choice beef sirloin flavor does not mean there's any choice beef sirloin in there at all. It is simply flavored, and it can be natural flavorings or artificial. So always watch for that flavor. Now here's another one. If you're in the pet shop, you see this one. This is Happy Kitty cat food, made with USDA human grade meat, the very same quality of meat you buy from any member of your family. Does food look good? Say yes. Okay. You're not going to see this because pet food regulations do not allow any reference to grade or quality of ingredients. They allow you to make a direct, unqualified claim about food on the label. And there are good pet food companies that actually do use USDA-approved quality ingredient meat in their foods, but they can't tell you that. They're not allowed to make that claim. That's the actual regulation. The exception, and human grade is a real catchphrase in pet food. The only two companies that have the exception of this is the Honest Kitchen Pet Food Company and People Food, because their foods excuse me, are made in a human food processing facility. Honest Kitchen Pet Food Company had to go through a 6-month court battle in the state of Ohio. AFCO people, the State Department of Agriculture people, they brought their products in there. AFCO went, you're not selling them here, you can't make that claim. Honest Kitchen said, it's true, and we'll prove it. And they did, and they have this right. But this keeps consumers in the dark. How can you tell if the ingredients are human grade? Of course we want to feed our pets the same quality of food that we're eating. So some pet food companies that use byproducts, which byproduct by definition is not a human grade ingredient. Some of these other ingredients that we'll discuss, some pet foods have those ingredients in it, but they tell consumers over the phone or email, yes, our ingredients are human grade. Yeah, and some of them even do it in advertising. So I took these questions, to the president of AFCO and said, I know that they can't do it on the label, but can they do it in advertising or direct communication to a consumer? And I was told it's a little murky. A multi-billion-dollar-a-year industry that has murky regulations is absolutely ridiculous. And then there's our friends at the FDA. Before I get to the FDA, I have a question for you all. Robbing a bank is a federal crime, right? So what if the FBI issued a statement that any veterinary student here at Western, that is, if you robbed a bank, and as long as you didn't commit any other crime, that the theft would not be actionable. Would you go rob the bank? Would you go steal your millions? Well, this is what the FDA tells pet food. You can rob the bank. This comes in this, it is suitable for use in animal food. This is the AFCO definition of the pet food ingredient, common pet food ingredient byproducts. Other than meat derived from slaughtered mammals, it includes but is not limited to, it shall be suitable for use in animal food. Well, there is a series of federal law. The Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. The Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act requires that pet foods, like human foods, be pure and wholesome, safe to eat, produced under sanitary conditions, contain no harmful substances, and be truthfully labeled. We've already ruled out truthfully labeled.